Welcome crafters! Let's craft a paper flower garland. First, upload the peony flower file into Cricut Design Space, which is available on our website. The link is below. Size the flower shape to 4 inches wide and duplicate it to make 6 copies, each one ½ an inch smaller than the next. So 4 inches, 3½ inches, 3 inches, and so forth. Now set the flower quantity. I made 7 for my roughly 4-foot long garland. Use lightweight cardstock because it curls better. Cut on either the blue or green mat. I typically use the blue mat for lightweight cardstock, but a used green mat works great too. After cutting, remove the paper from the mat. If you're using a green mat, it helps to pull the mat away from the paper, slightly bending the mat. Upload the anemone flower file, also available on our website. Size the petals to 3 inches in width and duplicate just this petal shape. Size the crazy inside piece to 2 inches in width and set your quantity and cut the shapes. Now upload the eucalyptus file. It will upload as 2 different layers that are grouped together. Select the main leaf shape and make it green, then select the lines layer and change it from cut to score. The line should change from solid lines to dotted lines. Now make the size 9 inches in height, select the score line layer and the leaf shape and attach them together so the Cricut knows where to score. Repeat these steps with both eucalyptus files, or you can just use one of the eucalyptus leaves files and make them different sizes. I cut roughly 20 eucalyptus leaf stems for my garland. Make sure to have the scoring tool installed before cutting your leaves. Now it's time to curl all the pieces. Use a paintbrush end or a marker, basically a smooth, rounded item. For the peonies, simply curl the ends of the petals inward on all of the pieces. Curl the anemone petals the same way, outward edges inward. For curling the small inside piece, use a smaller paintbrush and curl them from the outside edges in. Here I am just showing that if you curl using a pen that has bumpy edges, you can add different texture to your paper flower petals opposed to using the smooth paintbrush. Curl the leaves by slightly bending on the score line to add character to the leaf, and then curl the leaves outward in and side to side. I like to give extra bends and curls on the leaves to add even more movement and character to the leaves. To glue the peony, apply a dot of hot glue to the bottom of the smallest piece and glue it into the next largest. Then continue this until you reach the largest peony piece and they're all glued together. Make sure to stagger or window your petals as you are placing and gluing them in. Glue the anemone flower together by gluing the bottom of the petal piece into the other petal piece, again making sure to window or stagger the petals. Next, glue the center black piece into the center of the anemone. You can use a paintbrush to press the pieces together firmly. This step is optional, but I think it adds a little charm onto your garland. Dry brush metallic paint onto some of your leaves. Dry brushing is just painting without any water with a small amount of paint and a really light hand. I think this just gives a beautiful touch to the garland. Roll out a little bit of twine and hot glue one leaf stem onto the twine, and then wrap the end of the stem with floral tape or scotch tape to really make it secure. Make sure to leave a few inches of excess twine in case you want to tie your garland. You can always trim it later. Continue gluing and taping all the stems except one, going in the same original direction, arranging as you go. Then trim the twine when you've reached your desired length. Again, leave excess twine just in case. With that last stem, glue it on top of the first place stem going in the opposite direction towards the start of the string. This helps the garland look fuller when it's finished and covers that end of twine. Glue the bottoms of the flowers onto the garland using hot glue. Arrange your flowers where you want them before gluing. I specifically glued my flowers over anywhere that showed the floral tape. Now that your DIY paper garland is all done, it's time to admire it. Don't forget to subscribe to see more beautiful DIYs.